Have you ever been in a conversation where you wanted to say, "No, you're wrong," but you were afraid of sounding rude or starting an argument? Disagreeing is one of the most difficult and stressful parts of speaking a new language. The fear of offending someone can be so strong that we often just stay silent and nod, even when we have a different opinion. But what if I told you there are golden phrases that can soften your opinion and allow you to disagree politely, respectfully, and confidently? What if you could share your true thoughts without starting a fight? Today, we are learning the art of polite disagreement. Welcome back to our series, English Conversations Masterclass. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are learning one of the most important skills for any friendship or professional relationship: how to agree enthusiastically and, more importantly, disagree respectfully. In this episode, we will turn this challenge into a simple, practical guide. First, we will join our friends Mia and Leo after they have watched a movie and see how they share very different opinions without any conflict. Second, we will master 7 essential vocabulary words for expressing opinions. And finally, for our language focus, we will learn the golden phrases and softening language that will make you a master of polite conversation. Are you ready to become a confident and diplomatic speaker? Agreeing with someone is the easy part, but even that has different levels of intensity. How do you show that you really agree with someone? Let's join Mia and Leo as they are walking out of the cinema. Part 1. The Art of Agreeing. Our story begins with Mia and Leo leaving a movie theater. They have just watched the new sci-fi blockbuster, Galaxy's Edge. Leo is walking with a huge smile on his face. He is clearly very impressed.
Wow, I am speechless. That was an amazing movie.
The special effects were just incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, I completely agree. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. You're absolutely right about the special effects. They were some of the best I've ever seen.
Exactly. And the main actor was fantastic. He was so charismatic.
I think he deserves an award for that performance.
I feel this is really the same way. He was perfect for the role. I couldn't agree more. Honestly, one of my new favorite actors.
Okay, let's analyze this short conversation. Both Mia and Leo loved the actor and the special effects. But notice how they expressed their agreement. They didn't just say, "I agree." They used stronger, more enthusiastic language. This is how you build connection and show that you are really listening. Let's look at the levels of agreement. For a simple, standard agreement, you can say, "I agree," or "That's true," or "You're right." For a stronger agreement, you can add an adverb, like Mia did. "I completely agree," or "You're absolutely right." This shows more energy. And for the most emphatic agreement, You can use these wonderful phrases. Exactly. This shows you think their point is perfect. I feel the same way. This shows an emotional connection to their opinion. And my favorite, I couldn't agree more. This is a special phrase. Even though it sounds negative with couldn't, it actually means I agree 100%. It is the strongest possible way to agree with someone. Okay. They both loved the actor and the special effects. But what about the story itself? This is where their opinions start to differ. Now, let's see how Mia navigates the most difficult, but most important, part of any conversation: polite disagreement. Part 2. The art of disagreeing politely. Let's listen to the conversation again. Leo is still feeling very excited about the movie.
Honestly, I think it was a perfect film from beginning to end.
The story was so deep and original. I've never seen a sci-fi movie like it.
That's an interesting point. I can see what you mean about the originality, but for me, the story felt a little confusing in the middle.
I was pretending for Furious already sick. I had trouble following all the different timelines.
Really? I thought it was very clear, especially at the end.
The final scene explained everything that had happened before.
I'm not so sure about that. From my perspective, the ending felt a bit rushed.
I guess I just see it differently, but I still really enjoyed the action and the visuals overall.
Let's stop here. This is the masterclass. Did you notice what Mia did? She disagreed with Leo twice, but the conversation was still friendly and positive. There was no argument. Why? Because she used a golden formula for polite disagreement. The formula is acknowledge plus pivot plus state your opinion softly. Step 1. Acknowledge the other person's opinion. Before you give your opinion, you must first show that you have heard and respected their opinion. Mia used phrases like, "That's an interesting point. I can see what you mean." Other good phrases are, "I understand what you're saying," or, "That's a valid point." This shows respect. Step 2. Pivot. After you acknowledge their point, you use a bridge word or a pivot word to introduce your different idea. The most common pivot word is but. You can also use however. Mia said, "I see what you mean. But for me." Step 3. State your opinion softly. This is the key. Instead of saying, "The ending was rushed," which is a very direct and strong statement, Mia softens her language. She uses phrases that show this is just her opinion, not a universal fact. She said, "For me, the story felt a little confusing. I'm not so sure about that. From my perspective, the ending felt a bit rushed. I guess I see it differently." This softening language is the secret to polite disagreement. Mia and Leo have successfully shared very different opinions without getting into an argument. Now, are you ready to become a master diplomat yourself? Let's analyze the specific tools they used to make the conversation a success. Part 3. Language focus. First, our 7 essential vocabulary words for expressing opinions. Our first word is to agree. To agree means to have the same opinion as someone. For example, Mia agreed with Leo about the special effects. Our second word is to disagree. To disagree means to have a different opinion from someone. For example, it is possible to disagree with someone politely. Our third word is opinion. An opinion is your personal view or judgment about something. For example, in my opinion, this is a very useful lesson. Next, we have perspective. A perspective is a particular point of view or a way of looking at something. For example, from my perspective, the movie was too long. Our fifth word is politely. Politely means in a way that is respectful and considerate of other people. For example, she expressed her disagreement politely. The sixth word is blunt. To be blunt means to say what you think very directly, without trying to be polite, which can sometimes be seen as rude. For example, his blunt comment hurt her feelings. And our final word is nuance. A nuance is a very small, subtle difference in meaning, feeling, or tone. For example, understanding polite language is about understanding social nuance. Now for our grammar focus. Hedging and softening language. Hedging or softening is the technique of using certain words and phrases to make your statements less direct and less absolute. This is the key to polite disagreement. There are 3 main ways to do this. First, use introductory phrases that show it is just your opinion. Instead of saying, "The story is confusing," you say, "I think the story is confusing. I feel like the story is confusing. In my opinion, the story is confusing." Second, use modal verbs like may, might, or could to show that something is a possibility, not a fact. Instead of, "The ending is rushed," you can say, "The ending might be a little rushed. I think it could have been a little clearer." Third, use soft adverbs and adjectives like a little, a bit, kind of, or sort of. Instead of, "The movie is boring," you can say, "The movie is a little bit boring. It's kind of slow in the middle." These small changes make a huge difference. You've learned the formulas for polite conversation. Now, how can you practice these diplomatic skills in your daily English? Part 4. Practice tips for the 4 skills. For listening, watch a debate or a panel discussion on YouTube where people have different opinions. Listen very carefully for the phrases they use to disagree with each other. You will hear, "I see your point, but," and "from my perspective," all the time. For speaking, have a friendly debate with your AI tutor. Your prompt can be, "Let's discuss if social media is good or bad for society. Please share your opinion first." When the AI gives its opinion, your challenge is to disagree using the acknowledge plus pivot plus state softly formula. For reading, find the comments section of an opinion article or a movie review online. Find a comment that you disagree with. Think about how you would write a polite and respectful response using the phrases we learned today. And for writing, this is a great exercise for your journal. Write a short opinion about a popular movie, song, or book. Then, write a second paragraph where you imagine a friend disagrees with you, and you write your polite response back to them. Part 5. Your next action. Today, we have learned that disagreeing does not have to be a fight. It can be a dance. It is a way to share your unique perspective while still showing respect for the other person. Today, you have learned the steps to that dance. You now have the golden phrases and the softening language to express your own opinions with respect, confidence, and grace. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson. First, we learned some powerful phrases to show strong agreement. And second, we learned the golden formula for polite disagreement. Acknowledge, pivot, and state your opinion softly. We also learned 7 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were to agree, to disagree, opinion, perspective, politely, blunt, and nuance. Now, I have a final question for you. Think about a popular food, movie, or song that many people love, but you don't. How would you politely disagree? Start your sentence with, I see why people like it, but for me. Let's practice in the comments. If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who wants to share their opinions more confidently. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell. You don't miss the next lesson in our Conversations Masterclass. Remember, your opinion matters. And now you have the tools to share it. Until next time, take care and happy learning.